HMS Warrior. If ever you are close to Pompey, that is Portsmouth, the British Naval Dockyard, then HMS Warrior is sure worth a visit. I'm going to cheat here and use what Wikipedia has to say about her. HMS Warrior is a 40-gun steam-powered armoured frigate built for the Royal Navy in 1859 to 1861. She was the name ship of the Warrior-class ironclads. Warrior and her sister ship HMS Black Prince were the first armour-plated iron-hulled warships and were built in response to France's launching in 1859 of the first ocean-going ironclad warship, the wooden-hulled Gloire. Warrior conducted a publicity tour of Great Britain in 1863 and spent her active career with the Channel Squadron. Obsolescent following the 1871 launching of the mastless and more capable HMS Devastation, she was placed in reserve in 1875 and was paid off, that's decommissioned, in 1883. She subsequently served as a store ship and depot ship, and in 1904 was assigned to the Royal Navy's Torpedo Training School. The ship was converted into an oil jetty in 1927 and remained in that role until 1979, at which point she was donated by the Navy to the Maritime Trust for restoration. The restoration process took 8 years, during which many of her features and fittings were either restored or recreated. When this was finished, she returned to Portsmouth as a museum ship. Listed as part of the National Historic Fleet, Warrior has been based in Portsmouth since 1987. Arguably, I think HMS Victory, again based in Portsmouth, is very close to a lot of British hearts. Wikipedia introduces her as follows. HMS Victory is a 104-gun first-rate ship of the line of the Royal Navy, ordered in 1758 and laid down in 1759 and launched in 1765. She's best known for her role as Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar on the 21st of October 1805. She additionally served as Keppel's flagship at Ushant, Howe's flagship at Cape Spartel, and Jervis's flagship at Cape St. Vincent. After 1824, she was relegated to the role of harbour ship. In 1922, she was moved to a dry dock at Portsmouth, England, and preserved as a museum ship. She has been the flagship of the First Sea Lord since October 2012 and is the world's oldest naval ship still in commission, with 242 years service as of 2020. Portsmouth Naval Dockyard also has an exhibition of King Henry VIII's Mary Rose. Here's the Wikipedia write-up. The Mary Rose is a Carrack-type warship of the English Tudor Navy of King Henry VIII. She served for 33 years in several wars against France, Scotland, and Brittany. After being substantially rebuilt in 1536, she saw her last action on 19th July 1545. She led the attack on the galleys of a French invasion fleet, but sank in the Solent, the straits north of the Isle of Wight. The wreck of the Mary Rose was discovered in 1971 and was raised on 11th of October 1982 by the Mary Rose Trust in one of the most complex and expensive maritime salvage projects in history. The surviving section of the ship and thousands of recovered artifacts are of great value as a Tudor-era time capsule. The finds include weapons, sailing equipment, naval supplies, and a wide array of objects used by the crew. Many of the artifacts are unique to the Mary Rose and have provided insights into topics ranging from naval warfare to the history of musical instruments. The remains of the hull have been on display at the Portsmouth Historic Dockyard since the mid-1980s while undergoing restoration. An extensive collection of well-preserved artifacts is on display at the Mary Rose Museum, built to display the remains of the ship and its artifacts.